There's something profoundly bittersweet when a legend retires, and Kang Void Jun-woo's exit is no different. Like a constellation fading into the black of the night sky, Overwatch has to say goodbye to one of the greatest to ever do it. Since the golden age of OG and Overwatch Apex to the global reach of the Overwatch League, we've all been able to witness Void's evolution into the champion history will remember him as. Void, in every sense of the word, is and has been inevitable. Since his debut, Void has been one of the best flex tanks in Overwatch, from breaking out on Kongdu Panthera and handing roses to the crowd, to reaching out with both hands and hoisting something that must have felt like a dream when the Shanghai Dragons captured greatness in 2021. Void has seen the gambit of what this game has to offer, fighting through a diva rework that shaped the early definition of the role, the constant addition of new heroes, even winning a stage title with the 2022 Shanghai Dragons with Junker Queen in Overwatch 2. Void has built a bulletproof resume. The world turns, the sun rises, and Void finds a way to persist successfully. That's just what he did. Traditional sports and esports are not too different, especially in what topics ignite fans. Things like arguing eras and debating greats are commonplace. But how many can say they've seen someone do both? Someone whose arc lasted numerous eras. Someone who has found success in spite of constant change. Like having one foot in Kansas and the other in California. Void is an anomaly. Hundreds of thousands dream of his job. Hundreds make it to the stage. And a handful can make it as long as Void did. With a world title, numerous individual accolades, and a career that spans this long, and having gone through this many changes, he should be among those in a discussion for greatest ever. Void leads the pantheon of flex tanks and is stuck smack dab in the middle of the best to touch Overwatch 1. And we can say that now because sadly, his tale is over for now. To think we might not have ever had the chance to meet Void. To think it all came down to one missed practice. To think Selena would be one to inspire and forge one of the greatest careers in Overwatch esports history. It's a sad day when anyone steps away from their passion. But this one is different. Void is one of the last of a dwindling class of pro gamers bred prior to the Overwatch League era. The fact that he's remained competitive this long is impressive, but to see him thrive nearly all throughout the years is something entirely different. Is the absence of a legend bittersweet because retiring feels as if they've lost? Like a player gathering their peripherals and their composure for the last time? Is it bittersweet because it reminds us of our own time? Like a cold, sobering shower after a hazy night of mistakes and chaos? That jog of the memory that says, hey, you can't do this forever. Is it bittersweet because of the what ifs and maybes? What if Void didn't have to perform his mandatory military service? Could he be the key to someone else's title run next year? We all have our reasons. No person is right or wrong. But each time someone shelves their professional career, we all feel the sting. And it never stops. New stars light up the sky, old ones fade. And some voids are never filled. Some shoes are just too big for the incoming generation. It's safe to say Void is among rare company in that way. During a star's final act, when there's no more gas left to give, it's supernovas. Like one big galactic dandelion blowing its seeds into the wind. That bright and shiny dot in the sky spreads endless possibilities as it turns the page. Can't we say the same for anyone who retires? Void has sunk upwards of 5 years into Overwatch, and that experience, that material he studied and even written, is invaluable. With his resume, an eventual return wouldn't be out of his wheelhouse. He's been able to hurdle worse and while actively pursuing greatness. And with the Shanghai Dragon send-off, it sounds though Void has a promising career in coaching if he so chooses to pursue it. To regard him as a big brother and dispelling the nerves of competition are not attributes that are claimed lightly. Even past that, think of who he's inspired. Throughout Overwatch 1, and even bridging into its polarizing sequel, Void has made camp at the summit of the esports space. Someone, someplace, somewhere has looked in awe at Void, his achievements, his skill, and his consistency. And while the torch in the sky is quieted for now, new hopefuls attempt to fill those shoes. We speak for us all when we say, we'll never forget you, Void. Get lost in a good fantasy novel for us, and try to enjoy whatever life throws at you next. Goodbyes are just thank yous that haven't woken up yet. So, thank you, Void.